Hello guys. So in this little introduction to the stop server, what we are going to do are two common configurations that can help you to record responses from real APIs and to create slots for your specific user. So basically, as you can see here, I have already a project running. I'm going to reload it for you to see it. And that project is configured with my stop server. So how can you configure your stop server or your mock API? Basically, all the projects contain an API host variable or environment variable, and that environment variable should match the one of the mock API's URLs that are already published. In this case, I'm mocking the QA API, as you can see here, and this is the first mode. The first mode is just to copy paste the mock API. And this mock API is also a representation of the next of this next URL. So basically, what we are going to do is just mock this to behave like a mirror. I'm going to comment this just for the sake of not having that inside. And if I do this, if I don't specify a specific user, for instance, in this case, I'm not specifying any specific user, what my mock API is going to do is going to record the responses directly from my interaction with my application directly into the fixture folder of that particular server. As you can see here, I'm looking at the server. There are also credentials in the Confluence wiki page that are published so that you can go there and modify if necessary or extract information that you want to be extracted. In this case, as you can see here, the fixtures are all the responses that come from all those API calls. So this version 1 and I don't know, for instance, payment terms, sales document types, shipping conditions, etc., are responses from the API and are recorded here. However, what happens when you have several users and you want to run tests against several users? And for instance, just to give you a hint of what are some problems with running that is that if you run the mock API with several users, the first user that gets the first response is going to be recorded here. And you can see here that there is a real response with real application permissions, etc. So the problem is that the next users that log into the application are going to have problems because they are returning the same content from that particular API. So for that scenario, what we can do is configure the application for mode 2. And for that, I can do as follows. For instance, I can say, okay, this is user 2 at cemexlabs.com. With this is the second mode, and with the second mode, what the mock API server is going to do is that it's going to create a particular folder for the responses of that user. So if I open this, you can see here that I have a particular response for this user for the menu API, and also I have a particular response for this user for the token API. So as you can see here, it's totally different, the response, from what I have previously recorded. Alright, so let's go for a quick demo, just to let you know. How do you know if your stop server or mock API is properly configured in your project? Remember that the only thing that you have to do is just to change the API URL, and that's it. And you can run your project. So what I'm going to do now is to look at my code, go to the script section, see that there is a user there, and what I'm going to do is only to go to my code, make sure that I have the proper user I want to record the tests to, and save whatever configuration file I have locally in my computer, rerun my application. Remember that not all the projects need to be changed in a particular file. Some projects can just be changed in an environment variable, and you can run tests against it. And if this allows you to perform more tests quicker, you can do that as well. So I'm going to go here and just make sure that I have the proper configuration now for my application. I go to this section and okay, I have user2. And just as a demonstration, I'm going to open the network, erase everything, show you also that in the section of the fixtures, I should have only one.user@cemexlabs.com. And after I interact with my application, it's going to create another stage where all the tests for my specific user are going to be recorded. Okay, I am just going to log in and let it happen. Okay, as you can see, I touched the token section. I'm going to open this. As you can see, I interacted with this token section. Is the options request method, of course, but the important thing is that I called the user2 at cemexlabs.com, and I'm going to open the post for you to see the preview. That is the response, and it's interacting quite well. So I'm going to go directly to my stop server files, and there is it, the folder with my specific recorded answers from the API server. Okay, so this is it. There are enough configurations here in this wiki page so that you can connect to this server and change some things accordingly. If you feel that you need to perform more general tests, you can just omit the section of the user part, but my recommendation is to not to do it, because you will have a stage for yourself for your specific user. Thank you very much.